We are officially recording.
Oh, hello, hello. Is that how you normally sit? That way? Should these be... These maybe should be further apart.
Why?
We can edit this, right?
We're just practicing. So what do you think?
Okay. Well, we're
The-
just thinking, do you normally sit like that?
Always
That
sit like
direction? Would your leg go in that direction?
this.
Okay, perfect.
Especially when I'm looking this way.
Okay. It's a
I
bad
guess
thing.
sometimes I do this.
Yeah.
Does that look better?
No, it's not that it looks better or bad. I just thinking space-wise.
I think it's
for
a good
people.
distance though.
Yeah, this is not bad.
It's not great lighting. It's okay lighting.
The lighting is okay. It feels... God, those just feel really bright.
Okay, I can turn that down.
Oh, yes. Mood lighting.
I mean, that's just one light on it. I mean, that's not adjusting any lights at all.
Hmm.
You
This
think?
is cool. Yeah, no, I think it looks good.
All right. Well, we're live and we are recording.
Oh, okay. Hi.
So what you got for us today?
Let's talk about...
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Nick.
Jenny,
how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm good. Just thinking about moments that change your life. Big moments. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh, I definitely have thoughts. You know, I have thoughts on just about everything.
You got good thoughts. All I like is your thoughts.
No, I think there are those big moments, those monumental moments. Hopefully, there's multiple of those moments in your life that go, man, this changed, and then it changed again, and it changed again. That was a better place for you to be in the process.
Right.
So I think everybody has those. Do you recognize those?
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest question that I would ask people is, do you recognize those moments in the moment, or do you even look back and recognize them?
Definitely. I think I'm a look back and recognize kind of person. A lot of times I'll see stuff in the moment. Sometimes I'll see stuff in the moment, but a lot of times I feel like God is always like, see, this is how I got you to here. It was like almost him showing me building blocks, so to speak, in my mind. That's what I think about is building blocks. Like, here's how you got up this. This is how you got to this point. So
Yeah.
that's what I think about.
So in your life, would you say those monumental moments, those life-changing moments, those keystone moments were negative in the moment? I mean, did they feel like negative things, or were they positive things that catapulted you forward?
I think a mixture of both. I think a lot of times emotion is involved for me personally. I have a lot of emotions, and that's how I connect with things is emotionally. And so for me, sometimes it feels like a bad thing, but really hindsight, or God's sight is like, oh, see, that wasn't a bad thing. It felt bad, but this is what it turned out to be, and it could have never been that unless it was this way.
Yeah, that God was preparing something better
Right.
for you, but we get caught up in the emotion of it, the
Yeah, absolutely.
heartache of it, the hardness of it, instead of seeing what God was preparing for you
Right.
in that moment.
Yes.
That there's always something God is preparing you for.
Oh my gosh, yeah, always. Yeah.
And even in those hard moments, those difficult, those dark moments, Paul says in 2 Corinthians that this light momentary affliction is preparing for us an eternal weight of glory. So you compare this light momentary affliction. You've gone through hard things in life. They do not feel light or
No,
momentary.
they didn't. That's true.
But when you compare them to the eternal weight of glory,
Right.
they are so small.
Yeah, they are. They are.
And to be able to keep that perspective.
That's
So
absolutely
that's
right.
in 2 Corinthians, but in 1 Corinthians, it starts off, 2 Corinthians chapter 1, it says, we go through pain in order that God would comfort us. And when God comforts us, he takes us through that pain in order that the comfort we receive from God, we would be able to show that same comfort to others to help them in their own affliction.
Right.
So the God of all comfort is the God of the one who gives us strength to go through in order that we would be a comfort to others.
Right, absolutely. And I think, you need those experiences And God puts us through that so we would have compassion and empathy for other people, and that we could expand the kingdom in that way. Because if you can't be compassionate and empathetic and have gone through things yourself, then how can you relate to people? Because a lot of people need that kind of relation, you know?
Yeah. We can be sympathetic towards people, but it's different being empathetic.
Okay, expand on that for us.
I can feel sorry that you're going through hard things. I can show sympathy. I can show love and care. But empathy is, I feel with you. And I can only feel with you because I've experienced deep pain as well.
Yeah, that's deep.
My dad passed away in October of 23. And so what I realized is there were men who reached out to me and said, I know what you feel like because I know what it's like to lose my dad.
Right.
As an adult man, to lose your dad.
Right.
They didn't sympathize for me. They had deep empathy.
Right.
Right?
And yeah, so, absolutely.
Going through that they understood. You lost your dad at a young age. Different growing up and then losing later. Not better or easier one way or another, just different.
It is totally different. Yeah, don't recommend. It will happen, unfortunately. That's how things go. But either way, it's terrible. But when you have someone who can relate to you and feel it with you and tell you, hey, I was at this point, what you're feeling now, I've already felt, and here's the way that I worked through it. Or here's some things that I can tell you to help you work through it. And I think that is extremely important. Yeah. And sharing. That's why I share everything. That's why I share everything. It's like an open book, because people are always experiencing things and they need someone who relates to them, you know?
And the lie we tell ourselves, the lie the enemy tells us is no one else is going to know how you feel.
Right. Ooh,
no one will know how you feel.
Yeah.
And you're right if you never tell anybody.
Exactly.
But once you tell other people, go, oh, mine wasn't the exact same, but here's kind of that dark night of the soul that maybe the better way to put it. I call it the suck of life.
Yeah, I like that. I like that better, actually. You should definitely use that more often.
Leslie doesn't prefer
life.
Yeah, Leslie doesn't prefer that, but that's you're just in that suck of life.
Accurate though.
Yeah, that it just feels like everything's sucking you down and everything sucks and everything's horrible. And when you're in that moment, when you start saying, "Hey, this time of life is difficult," it's amazing. People go, "Oh, you're going through that too. I've been there."
Yeah,
that's what 2 Corinthians 1 says. You go through pain in order to be comforted so that you can be a comfort to others.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, that's fellowship too, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I think that's super important and it's super relatable. Yeah. And we have to, I've always been a big share your story, you know. I would rather put things out there and people be like, whatever. But you get one person who says, you changed my life today. Your words impacted me, and that is worth it. Just that one person. People can rag on you for sharing or rag on you for certain things, but when you impact one person, that's all I need is one person to say. I had someone in my messenger actually yesterday, and she messaged me, and she was like, I just want you to know, I just wanted to pop in and say, I hope you have a great day. Please keep doing what you're doing. I'm not ready yet, but you inspire me. And when I'm ready, you are who I'm going to remember.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I mean, it took me by surprise. The fact that, she took time to say that. She wasn't ready, but when she's ready, she's going to be inspired by me because I decided to share. Yeah. And I think that's what God's designed us for. We're supposed to be fellowshipping with each other, sharing our stories and our moments.
So her fear could have been, though, I'm not going to tell Jenny. Jenny's going to think less of me. Jenny's actually the one helping me. Why would I encourage her? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's ahead of me. I can't encourage her. She's ahead of me. Recently had this happen just this last week. Had a guy that I've been helping through some difficult situation. He is in the suck of life. And it just feels like he continues to get punched and punched and punched. He's going to be better. He's going to be stronger. It's going to be an incredible story. And I keep telling that, I keep believing that, and praying that for him. And I had multiple conversations with him. Then the other night, I was under some attack from somebody saying some horrible things about me, and I was just kind of down.
Yeah.
And I was trying to keep my emotions in check. I was trying to do things right, but I was just kind of beat up.
Yeah, totally.
And the guy that I've been helping reached out and said, "Hey, man, just want you to know you're really encouragement to me. Keep doing what you're doing. You're impacting more people than you know."
That's it right there.
And I was supposed to be encouraging him.
Right. Isn't that funny? That's funny how that works,
And
isn't
in
it?
that moment, I just responded, "Hey, man, thanks. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate your
You
encouragement."
needed that.
And then I went back and went, no. I actually need to tell you the truth.
Right.
The truth is what you just sent was from God.
Right. Absolutely.
And you were used by God to encourage me in a bad moment. And so I needed to tell him that last percent. You know what I'm saying? That
absolutely.
not just thanks, hey, man, appreciate that, but no, your timing was by God.
Absolutely. I believe in like something that I've always thought about this. I was telling you earlier that I'm a very visual person, and I visualize when I share something or I share my story or I share just anything. I physically see in my mind me or someone else pushing someone along. And in those moments, I feel like those are God orchestrated. Second, you're part of, a bigger picture where you're helping push someone along that you needed that moment to go and keep doing great things, just like she needs me or I needed to hear her say that about me, because we're always experiencing both sides of every story, which
All
is
the time.
you always have a villain or you're a hero. I've always told people with my exercise journey, it's a double-edged sword, because I'm either holding a mirror up to someone's face and they don't like what they see, or I'm inspiring them, and it's like black and white. It's either or. They either love me or they hate me, right? And that's what we need when we share and we push people along by sharing the truth about that right there. That's the truth to share with him. And I said that back to her as well, that lady that I was just talking about. I said, you don't know how much I needed you to say that to me. Like that meant the world to
absolutely.
me for you to take time out of your day and say that to me, you
Okay,
know?
So let's talk about this a little bit. There can be this little bit of fear that it sounds like I'm bragging because I'm always just telling my story, my
Right.
journey.
Right.
And people go, "Oh, you're just throwing them in my face because I'm not doing that."
Oh gosh. Yeah.
I don't even know who you are or
Yeah.
anything about your story, right?
Yeah.
And so it can almost be this weight that we put on ourselves. I don't want to do that because I don't want to make someone feel bad.
Man, that's me. You're talking to me right now.
I don't want to share how I'm growing or how things are going great in my business or my family or with my kids or with my wife or our finance. I don't want to share because then it's going to make someone else feel bad.
Absolutely.
I think this is so important. We live in a world that people already feel beat down.
That's true. Yeah.
We live in a
absolutely.
world where people feel beat down. So we have to give hope. We
Yeah.
have to show joy.
Absolutely.
We have to show
yes.
good things happening. And the only person who doesn't want to celebrate with us is our enemy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so if it makes you feel bad that I'm winning, I can't carry that weight. I carry enough weights in life. I can't carry that weight. I'm going to celebrate and I'm going to inspire and I'm going to
Absolutely.
do everything I can to be at my very best, to inspire others to be at their very best and to help others be at their very best. And I can't allow the fear of you feel bad about it
Yeah.
to slow me down.
You feel bad, and I whenever I feel a certain way, if I see someone or I'm like, if I feel a certain way about that person that's not positive, I'm like, what's making me feel that way? Is it because I want what they have? Which jealousy is a funny thing. I heard this. I forgot who it. I know her name. She's a podcaster, but she's like a motivational speaker. Gosh, I just forgot her name. But she talks about jealousy. And I think a lot of times it's not necessarily feeling bad. It's because you want to do what they're doing. And it's not necessarily jealousy. I feel like jealousy is not a great word. But wanting to do what they're doing. So if Nick is super successful and I'm like, man, I want to be like, what is Nick doing that I'm not doing that makes me want to, that have that desire? Because jealousy is desire. And so she gives the example that I don't want an apartment in New York City. I don't have any desire for it. So therefore I'm never going to be jealous of you living in a apartment in New York City. I don't even want to go to New York City. I know that's going to upset a lot of people, but I don't even care about going to New York City.
Sorry for all our friends in New York.
Yeah. So. I love people in New York, but I don't even care. It's not something
it's
that
not your goal.
It's not my goal. Yeah. And so I think that I had started doing that where I'd take a moment to pause and say, if I'm feeling negative towards someone's journey, to reflect on that. And a lot of people don't want to do that because that means I have to reflect on myself. I have to figure out what's going on inside of me, and nobody wants to do that. So, and it's hard. That's the hard work, is yourself.
The self-reflection, though, is extremely difficult and is one of the greatest things we can do for our life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And the more we are willing to dig deep into ourselves and go, what made me feel that way? What made me think that way? What made me, and going, that's something unhealthy in me.
Yeah, exactly.
So
how do I fix that?
How do I first become more aware of it, and then can begin to fix it? Years ago, I was in counseling and was just going through a stressful season of life. Looking back, it wasn't near as stressful as today or yesterday or the day before,
right.
But it was
got some more things happening.
It was extremely heavy at that time of life.
Right.
And so
it weighed more than
anything I'd carried before.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I was in this counselor's office, and I call him a mind ninja.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
And so he's sitting there in his chair, and I'm sitting in this chair across from him, and he would ask me hard questions, and I would do this right here. I don't know if you can even see.
Mm-hmm.
And I would start picking at my nails.
Yeah, a little fidgety.
And he'd go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just thinking. I don't know." He goes, "No, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm trying to figure out the answer to your question."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you realize that every time I ask you a hard question, you pick at your nails?" I went, "No, I don't."
That's not what I'm doing.
And he goes, "I've been watching you, and you do." And he goes, "I want you to pay attention to that. When you're in a meeting, when you're in different situations, I want you to notice if you pick your nails. And then when you pick your nails, go, what's causing me anxiety?
Right.
What's causing me stress?
That?
What's the trigger that I feel uncomfortable with?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then I started going, I'm picking my nails all the time in every meeting.
I just don't like this place. Yeah.
And then, but going, okay, what is it about this situation, this person, this idea that's creating anxiety in me? And now that I'm aware of my poker tail, I can begin doing some introspection, going, what is this that I'm feeling? Well, I'm feeling attacked,
right?
Or I'm fearful that I don't have the right answer, or I'm insecure about what the next step is.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I do that, but it's with my stomach. I start feeling sick. You know, I want to go into like a, but I have to identify, okay, and then I need to like talk about it or say it out loud or write it down somewhere and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? You know, and also one of the best tips, I have anxiety and I struggle with panic attacks, and I can say that I don't have near as many when I started bringing myself back to the moment. So whatever.
What do you mean by that? Bringing yourself back to the moment?
I'm going to explain it.
Okay.
So if I'm stressed about Christmas in a week, right? Because I'm a mom, I have 2 kids, and Christmas is on my mind. I'm like, okay, but it's not Christmas today, and Christmas is a week away. What steps can I take? I need to come back to Tuesday at 2 p.m. and say, what steps am I going to take before next Wednesday, Christmas, to be okay on Christmas morning? Because I'm not there yet. Anxiety and things like that, stressful times, I feel like are way in the future typically, and we don't identify that piece. That anxiety and things is typically triggered by something that will take place, but it has yet to take place.
Or may never take place. We've just built it up in our mind.
Exactly. Or we've made a mountain out of a molehill. That's what my nanny would say.
But
so we have to bring ourselves back.
We can create scenarios in our mind.
Yeah. Do what?
We create scenarios in our
Oh,
mind.
I thought you said we can't create
No,
scenarios. That's all I do is create scenarios.
Yeah, we create scenarios in our mind. Some can
Yeah.
be very healthy,
Yeah.
but they can also spiral us to a really unhealthy place. And
Right.
that's what
That leads
anxiety.
to anxiety or a panic attack. And I have to bring myself back to these moments. Bring yourself back to the present is the most important piece of my journey with anxiety. Is I was constantly living in, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? No. Bring yourself back, Jenny. What's happening right now? And what can you control right now? And that typically would calm me because I can take care of this if I make a plan for now, not for what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so let me push in on you, okay?
Okay.
Mom of what age kids?
I have an 11-year-old and a 7-year-old.
Okay, 11, 7-year-old.
Yeah, 7-11.
Lots of moms feel that weight,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the real practical, the real immediate step? Feeling, thought, behavior that you would really want a mom to do, to think or to do in that moment right now, leading up to Christmas, all the way, Christmas gifts, making sure food, making sure going from grandma to grandma, all the way. What do you want a mom to hear right now?
I think the best thing that I have done for myself that has helped me is just saying it is what it is. Live in the little moments with your kids. Don't stress about, did I buy enough mashed potatoes for Christmas? I do Christmas Eve at my house. Did I get enough mashed potatoes made? If my aunt's watching this, she's like, you don't make no mashed potatoes. Sorry, she makes the potatoes. Green bean casserole or something.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, like, don't worry about those things. And I've decided that, and what I can do is what I can do. And my kids are not going to remember that there wasn't enough of this or there wasn't enough of that. They're going to be like, was mommy present with me?
I'm just going to interrupt you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said it is what it is. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of people that don't have that personality. They don't have that.
They do.
They do not have the ability to go, oh, well, it'll be fine.
And I don't mean it in that sense, I think.
Okay, that's why I want to push on it. I don't think that's what you meant.
Right.
But what I heard you say was, hey, some moms just need to know it is what it is. It's all going to be fine.
Right.
But they don't have the ability to release that pressure.
Right.
How do they gain some perspective and release a little bit of the pressure?
I think that, it's hard because I have a really good spouse too. So if you come from someone, everybody's coming from different directions, right? You maybe have a great spouse, you have a inactive spouse, whatever. I think that I've been able to lean in on him on times like that and be like, these are my top 3 things. These are what I need done. Like these mean everything to me. Cookie, I'll give you my 3, I guess. I want my presents wrapped before Christmas Eve. Okay. I don't want to, what I want to do on Christmas Eve after everybody leaves my house? Enjoy my time with my husband, make Santa some cookies, okay? That's what I want to do. And I want to sit on the couch and not have to worry about scrambling. That's one of my top 1. My number 2 is, we do a family Christmas cookie decorating the weekend of Christmas typically. I want that to just be perfect because my kids thoroughly enjoy that time with their cousins. And that is we do cookie decorating for every holiday. Like we started doing every holiday. We used to just do Christmas.
You need to bring me some cookies because I love
know,
cookies.
I got you covered.
Cookies.
They're decorated to interestingly because we have 2 7-year-olds and so we have little
icing,
kids and
sprinkles. I like it all.
It's all there. It's a mountain of mess, but it's good memories. That's important to me. And then I want my house to be straightened up, and that's really what I want. That's the 3 things I want. And then I can enjoy all those small moments. And so I think if you are someone who needs to break it down, you pick your top 3 that mean the most to you. You look at your spouse, you say, these 3 things mean the most to me. Can we make this happen? Or if you have a mom, if you're blessed like me and you had a mom in the picture that's going to help, you say, okay, because you're a mom, you know how to run stuff, you know how to run a tight ship. You say mom or Nana, whatever, and then my husband, dad, this is what this is what I want done. This is going to help take so much stress off of me because moms are stressed in the holiday because you want it to be perfect for your kids. And so you just think about the memories that mean the most and that how can you be most present? Those are the things you need to get done. If my house is a wreck, I don't feel present because I'm like, oh, I need to clean this up. Oh, that. So I just want my house to be straight. I want the Christmas cookie decorating moment because that means the world to me. And then, what was my last one I said? I just went blank. What did I say? Christmas Eve night. I want to have presents done before Christmas Eve. I don't want to be scrambling at midnight, trying to get it all done.
Oh my gosh.
So
I can remember
the top 3 things.
I can remember when our kids were young and as pastor of church, we would do 3, 4, 5 Christmas Eve services. All very long day.
That is a very long. It is super long.
Getting home at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and Leslie going, I know you've had a really hard day. Here's some food for you.
Yeah.
Here's something to drink. Here's a Diet Coke. Here's a little something to drink. Here's something to eat. Can you put together this dollhouse?
Oh, yes. Me and Wes just talked about those days, too.
And her doing everything she could to be loving and kind and knowing I'm exhausted and then going, I'm going to sit down with you. We'll put it together.
Yeah.
We'll do it together.
Yeah.
And those actually were really cheap days.
Yeah.
Dollhouses
Absolutely.
We thought they were expensive, but
oh my gosh, absolutely! Like it's wild out here now, But that's something that Wes always. That's what it'd be like. Oh, we gotta build stuff. I told him this year. I said this may be the first year we don't have to build anything, and which is kind of sad. You get kind of miss those moments, but then you're like, thank God, But it's easier. But
and I'm at the stage. I'm hoping my kids aren't all going different directions in the next couple of years.
Yeah, you're at a totally different stage in life with your kids being a little older.
Yeah, feel very old in that. I have realized that kind of in our conversation that I move a lot. I never sit still.
Yeah, me too, kind of.
No, you haven't. You haven't moved one time.
Well, I haven't moved my leg because if I move my leg, I'm wearing really short shorts.
Oh. I've
had to keep my legs numb. I probably would too.
Twisted and turned the whole time. I think this is easy and good.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. That's great.
We just talked about all kinds of crap.
Yeah, that's what people want to hear. I was thinking, since we don't have the lighting and everything right, we should clip some audio. See how the audio sounds like? And have some audio clips. Do you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean we don't have lighting?
Well, you said you didn't like the lighting.
No, I think it's okay for just this.
Yeah, for just this. But I'm saying we could clip some audio.
Yeah.
Just audio. See how these sound. It'd be interesting to play back and see how they sound.
Yeah.
Because I was like, for a second, I was like, oh. So hopefully it's up there.
So I'm going to move. I want to see what this looks like.
Oh, yeah, the little computer went away.
It's timed up, but it's still recording. And time you have to leave here.
I have to leave in like a few minutes. I'm going to leave I got like 4 minutes.
Okay. Hold this real quick. I'm going to just see. Move this camera.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. We're still recording. We're at the 29-minute mark. Grab your mic. And so, I don't know if it makes a difference. So, Mary, I just wanted to see what this camera looks like. Oh, it's got that door.
Ooh, I didn't think about the door. We're gonna have to have a fake. We're gonna have to have a curtain right there, just that we can pull. Yeah. Well, it's good. That's good though. We realized it.
Yeah.
That's an easy fix. Easy fix.
Yeah.
Easy fix. Yeah, that's kind of ugly.
Yeah. All right, look it towards the camera more. All right, actually look towards me. You got a smile. Give me that big smile that you always have. All right. You can remove the background. But the lighting's really good.
Yeah, I think the lighting's good. I thought you were saying you didn't like the lighting.
No, I don't know what it looks like on me, but the lighting being on the, like, you have all shadow on this side when you look there. This camera probably needs to be adjusted a little bit, but let's see. No, I want to have natural light, studio light. Man, it's
Which one do you have?
not zoom. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want it to auto adjust brightness.
I know those freaking iPhones get on my nerves. And they do weird. Mine does like weird flower and something else thing. Like they think it's a plant, and it changes its.
Oh, there we go. Maybe not.
It still wants to change it. I'm just gonna bring my giant ring light. I'm gonna
No,
look
you're not.
fabulous, darling.
All right, look back at me. Look a little that way. Okay.
Oh, that's good. My hair looks terrible today. I'm trying to grow my hair.
So the ideal shot for video is when the opposite of the camera, so the camera's there.
Mm-hmm.
So on this eye, on this here, there's a triangle of light.
Did you do that?
Look at your freaking right eye. See, there's a triangle underneath your
yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
That's perfect photography.
Yeah,
That's
it looks
perfect
good.
film light.
So that needs to be over there.
No, it actually,
Or,
the camera's opposite the light, so it gets your shadow side.
oh.
Where in
okay.
photography you don't want shadow side.
Right.
In film you want shadow side.
Because of like dimension.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to hold it here,
Okay, gotcha.
opposite light.
Interesting.
It creates depth, but we're gonna have to get a curtain across that.
Yeah. That's easy though. We'll get it. Those curtains are like, they're cheap. And the bars were $19. So.
But we may need to do
I
some.
really want some right there too. We need a longer bar. I might have to go out to IKEA. IKEA sells one that goes all the way
No,
across.
we'll just get a pipe bar.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Time to
Time to
go.
Oh, I need to start.